Senator and Dr. Bill Cassidy joins us in studio. And in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, you may not remember, he led a group of healthcare volunteers into an abandoned Kmart. They made it a makeshift emergency facility for people who needed care in the aftermath of Katrina. So, Bill Cassidy, I ask you, if American politics was a patient and walked into your office right now, what would be your diagnosis and what would be your recommendation?
Take a deep breath. We're all suffering from a little bit of anxiety. A little bit of anxiety about what is out there. Our country is an incredibly great country, and the greatness of it comes from the American people. So we're so fixated on Washington, but the greatness of our country comes from within. So take a deep breath, calm down, maybe take a Valium.
That would be the prescription, I guess, perhaps. This week and throughout, good indications of you reaching across the aisle to make things happen where they need to happen. The Great Mississippi River Coalition, the Navigation Project, was heralded this week, and you were there.
Yeah, so sometimes folks fuss because you work with other people. But if you're going to do something for your state, you can't help but notice that Democrats control the presidency, the White House, the White House, the Senate, and the House. So if you're going to do something, you've got to work with other people. I was part of the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which, among other things, has money going to Shreveport right now, money going to Ascension Parish. You just described the deepening of the Mississippi River Channel.
Right.
All these things are going to help our state. It is going to move our state, not just catching up with Texas in 2022, but prepare our state for 2050 so that our children and our grandchildren have a reason to stay here and not move away.
You look at insurance, post-hurricane recovery, Grand Isle having buildings that are not, they can't afford the insurance for wind insurance in some of those buildings. Plus, people are still struggling with building back after hurricanes of the past year and 2 years. What is your advice? Is there anything that can be done to help people continuously?
Absolutely. That was all part of the bipartisan infrastructure bill. In the bipartisan infrastructure bill, there were billions of dollars to help mitigate flood risk, prioritizing areas of our country that flooded in the last 10 years. There's $3 billion for coastal restoration, prioritizing areas of our country hit by natural disasters in the last 6 years. Now, it's not an earmark, but you couldn't better say Louisiana than prioritizing those areas hit by natural disasters in the last 6 years. Our state just got, I think it's $120 million out of the bipartisan infrastructure bill in order to strengthen infrastructure which is coastal and which is at risk from natural disasters. Now, that bipartisan infrastructure bill, I could keep going, prepares us for 2050. And it makes our place more secure. It'll make us more prosperous. And that's why people will stay.
Sir, it's August. You're going around the state a lot this month talking to people. What is the feedback you're getting? What are you hearing? Biggest concerns?
Yeah, people want to know. People are concerned about inflation. They're really concerned about inflation. If you go to the bigger cities, they're concerned about crime. Yeah. And there's always this kind of issue of what's going on at the border. Because they have a sense that, if we can't protect our border, we can't take care of our country. And so that's kind of, pocketbook. On the other hand, they also notice that, we are deepening the Mississippi River. I work in the port system, or I'm a farmer, and all that is going to help me in some way. The internet, in the bipartisan infrastructure bill, there was about $60 billion, I think I remember, to make sure that every American has access to affordable high-speed internet.
Astonishing that many don't in Louisiana.
So in Evangeline Parish, Jennifer Verdreen is the mayor of Ville Platte, and she says that Evangeline Parish was third worst in the country in terms of a parish or county in terms of their internet access. And now they're getting a federal grant that's going to be used to build out their internet. They're going to go, as she puts it, from worst to first.
Fantastic.
Now think about what that means for Evangeline Parish. My wife says that a woman won't move to a place unless there's a good school, a good hospital, a good grocery store, and she has access to high-speed internet.
Okay.
She wants her child to get telehealth if her child needs telehealth. She wants her husband to be able to Zoom to work. She wants to watch Netflix on Saturday night, and she also may be Zooming to work.
Right.
Now, since a wife tells you where to live, that means Evangeline Parish has the ability to begin to grow once more.
Well, it's good to see you always, and Louisiana's lucky to have you going around the state, listening to concerns, and taking care of everybody, right?
Trying to.
That's what it's all about.
I have the privilege of representing the great state of Louisiana, and I'm going to try and represent everyone as well as I can.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Andre.